What's up? Welcome back to Dark Mode, the show where people send us their stories and we pick the best one of the day. Casey, give me a body part.
Ooh, elbow.
Elbow. Funniest comment with the word elbow in it. Gets something. A little surprise.
Little HJ?
A little hallelujah Joseph.
Okay.
It's a surprise. Well, we can't tell him if it's an HJ because it's a surprise. We got a guest here today. Marcus Monroe.
Yes.
Weird way.
I love a good HJ. This is great.
Yeah.
This is so far my favorite podcast I've ever done. You're going to come in here with a good HJ? I will strongly say I prefer a good HJ over a good BJ any day.
That's a wild thing to say.
I will say that. I like a good rub and tug.
But I think that, you are the one who gives the best HJs.
Oh, yeah. I
love taking care of myself way better than getting a blow.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many hand jobs I've given myself over the years.
Oh, yeah. Man.
It's got to be a good amount.
Is that a little gay?
Is it gay? Oh, totally.
It's a little gay.
I think Mark Norman at one point said, "I'm totally gay for my."
Yeah,
and I think that is a true statement.
I think when people are like, "If you could blow yourself, would you?" And
I don't know if I would.
You
do that.
already give yourself hand jobs.
I don't have to taste it. I don't have to taste my penis.
Like all men were able to do it.
Yeah.
Then it would just be normal.
I don't know.
You think it would destigmatize it?
I think it would just be like, I do something I could do.
I think just like how all men can reach their with their hand.
Most.
And
that's true. I've seen some fatties.
That's true.
There are some amputees who.
Yeah. I shouldn't speak. Some people don't have arms. Some people have the arms that are like that. You know. The hands are like
why
that
are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why you don't have to
gesture.
The curly hands.
We know what you mean.
You know?
Just.
He'll go there.
I don't know what they're called, but so they can't. T-Rexes.
They're called like stubs.
Tyrannosaurus Rexes have.
Do you want French fries or curly fries?
Come on. Hey.
But yeah, I think that if all men had always been able to do it, it would be like that. Like it would just be just as normal, and we wouldn't think of it as gay.
Okay.
That's my theory.
All right.
Pretty gay still. It's
a little gay.
Wait. Sucking your own is gay?
I think so.
Is a hand job in yourself gay?
I don't think so.
He's like, no, because I do that all the time, and I'm not gay.
Hand jobbing yourself. That's a funny.
No, man. What are you trying to say?
All right. So
I
don't know, but being gay just means that you're into men. You love men.
That's
right?
true.
I
agree.
So it's not if you suck your own dick, you just love a man body part that's on your. It doesn't mean you have doesn't mean you have a love for men.
It's your dog.
Yeah.
Wait, but you said you wouldn't do it if you could.
So I wouldn't do it, not because I'm afraid of people calling me gay. People have called me gay for 40 years. I would say for
40 years.
Yeah, I'm 40. So
Okay.
You're just blown away by that.
Yeah, I thought you were maybe 27.
yeah, dude.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
I love you.
You're like,
No.
I'm like,
I thought you were
since
like 45. So like, right.
But I just turned 4. I'm like a young
like
40.
a new 40-year-old.
Because like if I could do it, and of course I've
I like that
tried.
you're putting your legs up doing this.
Because that's how you would do it.
Yeah.
You would even if I could, I wouldn't do it because of. I think like straight guys are kind of stinky and gross, you know? And like I can't speak for other people, but like I know I wouldn't want anyone around that area for a good unless I'm fresh.
Yeah.
And so, but chances are I'm not. I'm a runner.
I think if you did it, if you just gained the skill at 40, you'd be like, nah.
Yeah, I've gone this year like coffee. Yeah. I never had coffee, and people are like, "Oh, you should start drinking coffee." I'm like, I've made it this long. 40? Why would I start drinking coffee now? I wake up and I'm just like good to go.
Yeah.
I don't lay in bed. I wake up. I'm like, okay, let's start the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you ask me, that sounds like going like putting a lot of effort into getting some.
Which leads us to today's
That's
song.
a good,
Segue master over here. Come on.
That was great transition.
You're such a good transitioner.
Thank you. I mean,
it's what I've always said about you.
Yeah. I mean, look at the short shorts. I'm practically
today's prompt.
Already.
People gave us their stories.
Yeah.
The prompt was craziest thing you've ever done for love or sex.
Oh.
Could be for either. It was gonna be just sex, but then I was like, well, maybe you loved him. You know.
I like it.
All right, first story.
Sounds like a Meatloaf song title, by the way.
Craziest thing you've ever done for love or sex. It's pretty long.
Yeah,
so yeah, it does
very
sound like a Meatloaf title. Yeah. But I won't do that.
Oh, that's a good song.
Yeah.
I think that's the only song I know that he does.
I would do
anything for love, but I won't do that. I can't sing. There's one thing I wish I could do is sing.
He's got the 2 out of 3 ain't bad too, right?
Yeah.
That's not the same song, is it? No.
And he also has, and now I'm praying for the end of time.
I don't know that.
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
Huge Meatloaf fan over here.
Yeah.
No, 3 of them, dude.
Hey,
That's as many Meatloaf songs as any Meatloaf fan knows.
pretty gay.
Yeah. He's named himself Meatloaf. Okay, first story. I rode a bike 30 miles and snuck into a policeman's house at 3 a.m. to hang with his daughter. I had to ride 30 miles home after.
Wait. Is this a guy?
This is the guy saying
Who's he in love with? The policeman or the daughter?
He's
I
so
think-
What
in
is
love with
going
the
on here?
policeman.
This guy needs to answer.
spoon with the policeman.
What are you doing, man? You're first of all, you're riding a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he was maybe lower than driving age. Beneath driving age? What am I looking
Younger?
for? Younger than driving age.
Inferior to the age of driving.
Yeah.
We see younger on
Age
the
of
board.
driving was making him his bitch. Yeah.
Okay, so you got 30 miles on a bike.
60 round trip.
Yeah, maybe it was 15 and he just said 30.
I think it said 30 one way and then 30 back.
30, he said I rode 30 miles, then I had to ride 30 back.
Oh boy.
60
Yeah.
round trip.
That's
If he-
nuts.
I mean, a 30-mile ride, you said you're a runner. A 30-mile ride on a road bike, good workout for a cyclist.
I've done 21 miles on a bike before.
Yeah, good
It's pretty
workout
good.
for an endurance athlete.
Yeah,
okay?
that is pretty good.
So on a road bike, like a nice bike, 30, gonna take you, if you're pretty fast, an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
If this kid was on a BMX or something,
I'm thinking 2.5, 2
2 and a half,
hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Then he, what did he stay? So at 3 a.m., let's say he got there at 3 a.m., he stays till
Wait, the policeman was out of town?
I don't think so.
I don't
Sounds
think-
like
if he's
there.
below drive, if he's
Oh,
inferior
yeah.
to
So
driving
he
age,
cuddled with the girl, then he just left?
I think he said hang with his daughter. I think he's being, I think he's keeping it kind of
being coy?
Yeah,
Hang,
he's being a
Netflix
little
and
coy.
chill kind of thing?
I don't think there
Yeah.
was anything hanging.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, that's good. Good for that. 30 miles. You know, I think the craziest thing people
That is
have
the craziest thing. I mean, if that
No.
happened to you as a kid, it would be like, yeah, that's wild. I would never do that now.
we can
That's
all
insane.
agree the craziest thing though is like,
Then you'd be like, and he had energy still to
If
do
it was 3 miles even, I'm like,
oh yeah, and like you
Can
think
you come to
he
me?
you think he showered before? Like
That's
you
what I'm
like to
saying,
think
dude.
that he would.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm like I need to be clean and
Yeah.
fresh. I don't like
You were just saying, it's not. Great.
no,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not like
You got
I'm not
stinky downstairs.
No. I'm not any more stinky than anyone else. I just like to be very clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I'm not like
Other people
gross.
don't like to be very clean.
I just prefer to be like
You just
clean.
have OCD.
I don't think it's that.
Not all the way.
I just don't want anyone down there and then them thinking,
John,
you
some
know?
people have some shame.
7/8 OCD.
I just
I
like
don't
I,
see
intense.
Just
like
so you know, I
like,
don't see this as OCD.
I think it's like a people pleaser thing.
I
Like
shower a normal amount of times a day. Once, maybe twice,
Do you
depending
want
on if
your
I've worked out.
you want your wife going down on some nasty funk?
exactly.
Well, no, I shower before that.
There you go.
That's
What
the
is-
only-
that's what I'm
that's
saying.
he's bringing up.
What's the chances of that? Like the one time we have sex quarterly is going to be on a day that I haven't showered.
You
I like
do
that
it-
he's in the middle. Let's keep ganging up on him.
I think it's okay. I think the craziest thing you could do for love though is when you're one of those teachers that sleeps with your student and then they go to prison and then the student waits for them.
Yeah.
That happened. And it was like a female teacher, which I think is like not that bad. And then
I know. It's way less bad.
it's way less bad, right?
But that's how it's always happening these days. It's always the lady teachers now.
Lately it has
The
been.
man
And I'm
teachers-
like,
the man
where
teachers
are
figured
these
out they're like, we can't do
teachers?
this.
You know, I know it like look, if anyone is really getting like molested and it's messing up their psyche growing up, that is terrible.
But
However,
I do think the 16-year-old boys are probably.
I had a hot Spanish teacher in middle school, and I would have given almost anything just to see her tot. Plus, you know, I was gonna say tits. Then I was trying to think of that in Spanish.
Yeah,
just to see her.
see her
Like I was
tatas.
just like, holy. Like if I could just see her. Like if I was in middle school, just seeing her in like a skirt would have been like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Man.
And if I could have sex with her,
Yeah.
you're telling me I could? Oh my god.
Plus, she had a voice. You used the accent. I'm sure,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Oh,
"Ooh,
no,
I
she did. She was from Wisconsin. She had no Spanish accent at
She's
all.
like,
she
"Hola, como
she had some
estas?"
like she had some German last name.
Yeah.
It was like
How did she even know how to speak Spanish?
I mean, you can just. It was Wisconsin Spanish.
One of the whites
It
bound to
wasn't
learn
like-
eventually.
la biblioteca?
That's pretty much what it was, and it was like middle school. We're just learning colors: blue, azul, red.
Oh yeah.
Whatever red is.
Yeah, blue is azul. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I do in Northern Midwest. Yeah.
You do.
My main
Yeah.
impression.
But then the teacher will wait for the kid, and then they'll get married. That happened. After,
Yeah.
like it was like a famous. I forget the name of the
That's been more
story.
than once too.
But it
That's
has.
pretty dope,
I think it's pretty cool. Hey,
They love each other.
They love each other.
And I'm cheering for that.
I am cheering for that.
They would do anything
If
for
they're
life.
of age, it's all good. But like, look, if you're the kid and you are like sleeping with your teacher, you're 16 years old, and you're sleeping with a teacher, you're gonna be the coolest guy in school.
All right, so scenario here. This kid, he rode 30 miles an hour, or 39 miles an hour.
3 miles an hour.
30 miles on his bike.
Gotta get it.
To hang out with a policeman's daughter. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
She could have been his Spanish teacher.
Yeah, this guy
She just
needed.
still
I
lives
wish
with
I
the
had
guy.
more information because I'm filling in the blanks and it's not great. Like I'm thinking.
How did you fill them in? I'm curious.
Well, I'm just thinking like his daughter. Like you say my girlfriend. Don't say his daughter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see my girlfriend.
Totally.
Don't be
Yeah.
like I'm seeing like because then you're just making that you're about his daughter.
This is not a girlfriend.
I
This
think
isn't
he's
a girlfriend.
trying to. He's trying to say like, well, I snuck into a policeman's house. That's wild, right?
Yeah,
That's true.
wild.
That's a wild thing.
Yeah,
to do.
and then tell us why you're there. And
To
he's
hang
like,
with his daughter.
Oh, that's
to
creepy.
hang with my girlfriend, then you'd be like,
That's
why did you need
better.
to sneak into a policeman's house to hang with your girlfriend?
Well, say his daughter, my girlfriend.
His daughter
Yeah.
slash.
We need
girlfriend.
like even though like we can fill in the blanks for that, it's just for that it seems like it's a young person. I don't like that.
I think a pretty safe assumption is the fact that it's a policeman's house and he mentions it. Probably speaks to how long he was there too. It was probably like get out,
Yeah.
mostly biking through the night.
Yeah.
Like I think the time
He just got
exchange
a
is
great workout
wild
that day.
here. He probably spent.
a-
I'm thinking like an hour.
It was a hit and run.
Yeah, I don't even know if there was actual hitting. Like
in order to get back in time for school, he had to leave
Hit-
pretty
hit
early.
and bike.
You know?
yeah, it was like a
Bike and hike.
yes,
Yeah.
a
that's
bike
good
and
one.
dyke. She actually wasn't into guys at all.
Bike and
He
dyke.
found out.
That's
yeah.
a good band.
He learned. My favorite. All right. That was a good one. Good start. A good, short, brief one to start. This one is not brief. It's a good one. Back in college, I began dating a beautiful girl I'd been courting for months.
Who says courting?
An older person.
Old
Okay.
people.
Yeah. Back in college, I began dating a beautiful girl I'd been courting for months. When she got to my place for our first date, she asked to quickly use the bathroom. While she was in there, I suddenly had to crap in the worst way, and there was no way I was going to let loose in that tiny bathroom right after her while knowing she was just outside the door waiting to start our date.
Right.
So when she went in and closed the door, I ducked around the corner into the kitchen. In a panic, in crunch for time,
No,
I dropped my drawers.
there's
and
only one place it could go.
Well, you could be the sink or the garbage.
That's true. 2 places it could go, but
I'm
really
thinking-
only one. You can't put it in the garbage.
I'm thinking garbage.
It's better be sink. You can at least flush it down.
I'm rooting for
kinda.
garbage. If she
I'll give you
catches
a-
you,
Garbage disposal.
you think sink is
Yeah.
better than garbage?
Here
Well,
we go.
wait. We can agree that garbage disposal would be the best of both worlds, right?
I've never grew up with one, so I don't really know, but I think so.
Okay, I appreciate the honesty.
That would mix the smell around though. That
like
would
the
get the
adjustment.
smell particles
You're a
out
big,
into the world.
You're a big posture guy on the pod. I like it.
Yeah, I get really into it. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I like it. I'm gonna match your energy. Let's just keep closing in on it.
Yeah.
So all right. So we've got garbage can in this corner.
No. I want garbage can.
You're on garbage can. You're on sink.
I'm on team sink.
And you're both on garbage disposal if it exists.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
only fair. We would both be right, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's all gonna go in the garbage at one point.
In a panic and crunched for time, I dropped drawers and spied the paper towels hanging so white, absorbent, and
Oh,
dependable.
This wasn't an.
Oh no.
This is not a
Wait,
good.
wait. What
We're
is
in
he
agreement
doing?
on this.
What is he doing?
Wrong. This
So
is a sin in any religion. You don't
God.
shit in paper towels.
I'm getting a boner. Is that weird? Anyone else hard?
I've been hard since you got here.
Let me move my finger.
So I instantly birthed a 12-inch length of cable perfectly onto a hastily torn sheet of that quicker picker upper. Hugely relieved, now I'm stuck holding the log with no idea where to put the baby down. Then I hear her opening the bathroom door just 10 feet away. Thinking fast, I see the tiny kitchen window is open on my second floor campus apartment.
That's the right move.
Yeah.
Knowing there was at least
Facts.
some plant life below, I laterally passed the moist, warm football straight out the window as she rounded the corner. I like that. Boom, lateral.
Yeah,
guy
that's
is-
good.
He ran an option.
This
guy's
guy's he's a
guy's a pro.
writer.
He's dealing
Yeah.
metaphors like
Yeah.
he's going out of style.
Yeah.
He's like Macklemore.
Right as she rounded the corner. We ended up dating for over 6 years. I never told her about that.
You gotta tell
Dude,
her.
this guy's kind of a pro, honestly. She
Yeah,
didn't
but
know.
that's hilarious. You gotta tell her. Like
That's-
I would tell her.
you're-
I would tell her that same day. Like you know what happened before you.
You would do it too soon then.
Show your cards. I think it's
Yeah.
funny. So why not?
It's after the first time you have sex. This sounds like before they ever had sex. I'd be like, first time, I'd be like, all right, you're
I've-
kind of here now.
I think after you guys have broken the barrier of pooping around each other or pooping in the same, that's when you're like, okay, well, now that we've done this, guess what? I've got a story for you.
I've had to poop in some weird. There was a while like my stomach was not great.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I would have to.
It's good now though.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I can eat like Indian food and go to a show and it's okay. But I remember having to poop one time. I went into a Wendy's. I was with a friend who's just a girl. She was a girl who was just a friend. That's what I meant to
Friend
say.
and also
Just a girl.
female.
That was it. She wasn't anything.
Yeah. And I remember I had to go to. So I ran to the Wendy's. I just wanted to be like, I have to tinkle. Guys always say that. I have to pee
Yeah.
when they have to. Did you know that when guys are in with a group and we gotta go pee or we have to we'll say I'm gonna go pee real quick
With a group of guys?
with anyone.
With a group of guys, I will 100% say, I gotta
You will.
But
But if
I
if
gotta
there-
take
we're
it down.
guys.
but if you're if with guys, sure.
Yeah.
But if there's girls around,
You're like
you're-
telling us,
if there's
like,
girls
they
around,
do?
if there's like if you're on a date with with two other couples or something, you're gonna be like I'm gonna go pee and you're gonna
Fair.
Right?
I
I'll say
would
bathroom.
then.
yeah.
Bathroom. Yeah, not non-specific, probably.
There was.
So I told this girl I was gonna pee and then I went to the bathroom and I was gonna but the toilet was covered up. It said out of order. It had a plastic bag on it.
Oh.
So I just
a
used
plastic
the plastic
bag. You
bag.
said
I'm
that
from
was
Wisconsin. I'm
Yep,
from Wisconsin.
A plastic bag on it.
Okay, plastic bag on it.
Got
So
it.
I just shot on the bag.
I mean,
Um,
that was
yeah.
your only option.
I had to.
You did the right thing.
I felt bad.
Did you wipe and
Yeah.
put the toilet paper in the bag too? Yeah.
What else was I gonna do? I was like, oh, sorry, it took so long. Really have to. And I'm a nervous peer too, so it takes me long to pee. So I think people probably think I'm just pooping all the time.
Yeah, probably.
But let's go back to this story.
Yeah. This was a good story.
I liked it a lot.
We
Nice.
It was a nice story. It was good. I liked it. I think that. What do you think they did for their date after that? Like, was he just? How quickly do you let go of it?
Hopefully they
that
didn't clean
guy
up
or
shit
just
off the
like
car.
I think they immediately walked the opposite direction of
He
whatever
goes-
that window was.
they get to her they get into her car, get out of her car is probably his car.
She's like, is that in your car?
And he's like, I need to wash my hands right now. She's like, what do you just think I'm disgusted? Or like she wants to hold his hands
Yeah.
and he knows.
Oh yeah.
He was holding a paper towel covered poop in his hand. And he's just like, I'm gonna hold her hand anyway.
The confidence. I mean, maybe we have similar stomachs or something. Like the confidence that it would be so solid that it would be like, I'm gonna into my hand into a paper towel. Like
yeah.
that can't be any. That has to be
No.
the firmest. And I don't know my body well enough to know that's what's about to come.
Right.
You know?
Totally.
Playing out this scenario.
Let's hear
What
it.
would you have done? Would you have
I'm
gone?
just saying. I'm saying like this
So
is a
I'm the
real
girl-
roll
I'm-
of dice.
I'm the girl. I'm
Because
the
if you're
girl.
sitting there and out comes liquid diarrhea,
Yeah.
you're boned. It's over.
So I'm the girl. Hey, can I use the bathroom?
I just shit all over your kitchen.
No. Yeah, we're just playing it from the beginning. I came in. Oh,
Oh.
I'm so excited for my date. For our date, can I use the bathroom?
Oh yeah, it's right over there,
Yeah.
baby. Check
Okay,
it out.
I'm gonna go in there and.
All right.
And then she goes in there,
Deal.
and she's quietly shitting very quickly in there. And now you have to shit. Go. What do you do?
Oh God. Here it is.
In your pants?
Out the window.
Oh, you do the same thing as him.
I thought the window was a good
No,
move.
I'm asking what you would
Oh,
do in
the
this
sink. Why do you think that's what we had the the
You
sink
would
was
go-
the right move?
You'd go to the sink.
Yeah, the sink seems good.
I'm
'cause you need
assuming
the-
there's no
if it's-
disposal. You would still do the sink.
Because it's the only way you can get rid of the smell. I think. I mean, not perfectly, but like,
Yeah.
unless you go full cheeks out the window.
Yeah, I'm
but
trying to-
that's just mean to somebody.
I'm trying to think what I think I maybe would have looked for something to shit in like a pot.
Yeah.
The real question is, are
And
you
then just put
gonna?
it back in the cabinet?
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Deal with it later.
But it's not your kitchen; it's her kitchen, right?
No,
her
it was
kitchen?
his
Oh,
place.
I've been
Yeah.
thinking it's her place.
No.
Yeah.
Because that would
I
be
like
bold
your
as-
solution. Your
Yeah.
solution's the best solution.
That would be bold as hell if it was her kitchen.
Especially you
though.
could
Yeah.
lit it up.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
good.
there's a chance she comes out while you're pooping, no matter what. But I think the part of the equation has to be like, if she catches me doing this, what is the most shameful thing she can see? Pooping with your ass out the window, got to be the worst, right?
Ah, no, if she can see, at least she can't see the shit. Then you're
Yeah,
blocking
you're like,
the
or you
view
could
of
be like,
him.
I'm just mooning my buddy.
I don't know
He's down
what
there.
you do.
I
I
think-
think
take
I
that
love you.
shit.
I like your out of the box idea, and I
Yeah.
think honestly, I'll tag it. I think
Yeah.
You go in a pot,
yeah.
toss that shit in the freezer because you can't let the heat get to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, you cannot do that.
Because maybe they're not leaving right away.
Yeah.
You know, like you got to think about the smell. That's my first
Oh,
concern. Like,
yeah.
obviously, if it's visual at all, game's over.
Game is
Date is
over.
over. Relationship over.
Yeah.
But like, you could hide all the visual, and if she's hanging around for any amount of time at all, she'd be like, "Your place smells like shit." Like,
Yeah.
so you got to deal with that.
Yeah.
I need some solution. You either got to go down a drain or into a place where I don't know. Freezer sounds nasty as hell, but
I think I probably Yeah, if I thought of it, I wouldn't have thought of it in the moment.
Right.
But if I thought of it, I'd go bowl or pot or something like
Yeah.
that. And then
Yeah.
whatever I did with it, because it sounds like she was coming around the corner. So like if she was coming around the corner, it's like I can't get to the freezer. I'm just putting it back in the cabinet and I'm trying to get her out of here as quick as possible.
All you do is say, hey,
But
hey,
I do, the freezer's good.
you're in the bathroom? Yeah, what's up? Okay, can you grab me 3? I need go in the medicine kit. You just like make her do
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah,
yeah.
It's like, you see that in the
good.
you see the pink bottle?
Yeah.
There should be a pink bottle.
There's not?
Okay,
not-
what bottles do you see in there? Sorry.
Yeah, could you read
She's
them
like,
all?
Can you just come in?
She's like,
no.
she's like Tylenol, and you're like, no, I need the drug names, pronounce the actual drug names.
Read the
please.
pill.
Yeah.
What are the numbers on the pill?
How many do I have left in the bottle?
What are the directions on that one again? Yeah, directions for use. I think you could also try rigging something up to lock her in. And then being like, you just turn the doorknob. No, you just turn.
That's such a John solution.
Yeah.
You want to kidnap her?
Yeah.
That
Just for a
is
sec.
your-
She won't be aware. You know, just a
do
quick.
that.
It's just a quick kidnap. A quick one.
Quick,
You know?
okay.
All right.
Yeah, not a long kidnap.
All right, just a kid quickie.
Yeah.
Oh no, that sounded bad.
That's a.
Don't do that.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
That you could do after if you wanted.
Nope.
All right, next story. Got to unlock my phone. All right, I caught my husband cheating on me with recorded audio. When I confronted him, the audio that literally could have come from a 5-star rated porn video with its unmistakable moans and groans and dirty talk. The first thing he said was, "That's a ghost." I was with him for 30 years.
After that or before that?
She didn't say.
Probably.
I think she left us wanting more in the right way.
Okay, so what did she do for love though? I don't get what she's trying.
stayed
She'd
with him
do
for 30
anything
years.
for love.
Yeah.
I think
she won't
stayed
do
with him
that.
for 30 years.
Okay. Well, that's good. And he's been cheating on her with a
Or
ghost this
maybe-
whole time.
Or maybe that D was so good that she stayed with him for 30 years.
I mean, what if it was a ghost?
Making some good
Wait,
points.
what if he
Making
was
some
cheating on
excellent
her
points.
with the ghost?
Yeah. Oh,
Full
true.
circle.
Yeah,
He was
see,
like, no, I was just masturbating. Apparently there was a ghost in there. I didn't know.
catching
How
someone
was I supposed to know?
with audio is so funny.
Yeah, what a
It feels-
freak. Like who?
Again, it feels kind of older.
I'd
He's
rather.
like, baby, let's make a tape. She's like, oh, like make a video. And she's like, no, like a mixtape. Like I just
Yeah.
want the sounds. That's all I'm into. Like
Again,
like on Halloween, like spooky
Yeah.
sounds.
it
soundtrack
seems
kind
like
of thing.
someone would have just like left their phone on like audio record in the bedroom, then leave,
Yeah.
and then just see what happens.
Yeah, I think she left some kind of recording.
Yeah.
Because she maybe had suspicions.
Oh. In this entire scenario, I was thinking the guy was recording the sex for himself because he wanted to listen to it back.
That is.
I think she was trying to catch him.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
makes
what I
how
think
I'm-
too.
that makes.
yeah.
That's why I was so thrown off by the audio bit. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, this guy's kind of a freak.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
he's into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we could be wrong.
He likes to just listen.
Just
to
likes
it.
to hear the mac and cheese noise kind of thing.
I like my imagination to do the rest. You know.
Now, if he did have like some kind of like sleep paralysis, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
You can like
Like night
people can like
terror.
attack you and stuff in the night. You could get like you can have like conversations, right? I don't know, like you were talking to yourself maybe, but
Yeah. Let's
remember that
let's
Dear
help him with
Daniel
it.
thing?
Yeah, let's help him with this lie. Yeah,
Maybe
it's-
he's
it's-
Do
having
you remember
a
that,
wet
that
dream.
story, that Dear Daniel story?
Yeah.
Where
don't know
that guy
Oh, no.
saw like a
I'm thinking
ghost.
Daniel.
Oh.
Daniel? That's different.
I think it's something different. Anyway,
No, I want to hear about
right
Daniel
in.
the ghost.
Well, there was like this guy who
Let's
was
do
like
Daniel.
seeing this like little kid in his apartment every night, and he
Okay.
was because he had like sleep paralysis. He took a photo of it, and he was like tweeting about it, and the story blew up. And they were like a movie bought the rights to this story. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
It was like some little boy that lived there in 1913.
yeah,
Died
exactly.
in a fire. Or
But I'm just
something.
saying, like maybe that's happening to this guy. Like someone's visiting him, a ghost, and they're doing
It could be.
And then Bruce Willis was dead the whole time.
exactly.
Yeah, maybe the
entire-
ghost wanted the lady for himself, and he was like, I'm going to frame this mother
Ooh.
nefarious shit.
So the ghost is really good at making lady noises.
I mean,
Or the yeah.
why wouldn't ghosts be good at that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they can like just
Maybe
stay
he-
here from the ethereal realm, like I imagine they got some tricks up their sleeves.
He's got a lady ghost, a sister maybe, or a cousin or something like that. And he's like, hey, come
the
over
whole
and make
ghost
some
orgy right now.
No, he's just saying, no,
Yeah.
come over and make some noises with me, because this woman's trying to catch her man cheating with her audio recording device, not instead of trying to record the video or whatever.
That's a good point. Why
Yeah.
would you just go with audio? I don't really.
It,
Maybe
again,
it's easier
feels
to
older.
hide.
Yeah. Maybe the video cameras were bigger at this time. That she did
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I guess, yeah.
She was courting him.
She was with him for 30 years.
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
say
True.
what that 30 years was, but
Yeah.
if it was early, I mean.
This is at least 30 years ago.
Wow.
No, she was courted by him. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
But she should have known when he threw that poop out the window on their first date.
Not fun.
Yeah, actually, the technology bit is interesting. What did she even use to record 30 years ago? At least 30 years ago. I guess I don't know that.
Wait.
We don't know
Yeah.
when in the marriage the recording happened.
Yeah, we don't know if she was with him after 30 years or
Okay,
just
I
in
guess.
general.
But a tape recorder would
I
have been the
suppose.
answer in
Yeah,
1995.
I guess. Okay.
How long can you be with someone and then they cheat on you and you're like, well, we've been together so long, it's whatever.
I think if you have kids, probably
Oh,
at
that's-
least the kids grow up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe common.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I keep sitting in the chair while other guys come over and,
Wait, what?
with my wife.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
You
I
let
gotta
other
stop
guys
making
rail
those
your-
jokes.
your
yeah, people are
wife.
like, people people
Hey,
from
this
Utah
is New
are
York.
weird,
Anything's
dude.
possible. Hey, there's people. I was in Philadelphia.
I sit in the cuck chair for the kids.
I like how you clarified, just in case we don't know what Philly means. I was in Philadelphia.
You've heard of it. A city in
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
It's in Penn,
Yeah.
Sylvania.
Yeah.
And this is how so Midwest. I've been in New York 21 years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm still so naive to things. I went to Corey B, who's a comedian. We have a podcast together. We went to get massages, our backs hurt. We went to get we had 2 shows today. Let's go get some massages.
Flip them over. Flip over.
No, just regular massage, legit, hard, sports massages.
Got
we
it,
went to
okay.
get
hard sports.
hard
You were
guys.
gonna say hard massages, and you
just
stopped
tough,
yourself. Yeah.
Like
And-
Rolfing.
Really
we
tough.
really want a massage, right?
Yeah.
And so
man dug
not
his
like a
elbow in
couples massage, but just someone to really stand
Yeah.
on our backs,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
just crack it, really just align us.
Yeah.
So we go, we find a spa, we ring the bell, we go up the stairs. And then we wait there, and then the door's locked, and then someone comes, and this guy opens the door. He's wearing scrubs, and I see all these beds in the back, like massage beds. And then I look, and there's just 20 women in bikinis, just full up, all lining up, and oh my god, hi, and they're just smiling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, this is not what I wanted. I wanted just a real massage.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere. You look, you can do this.
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's crazy. And then I went to another one. I got a real massage. I took video to show my wife. Hey, this is what. This is.
Did you not get a massage at that first one?
No. Because
Not while we're being recorded.
no, I didn't want to do it because
Yeah.
I figured listen. Here's my thing with that. I don't think I'll ever do that because I think I'm not that. I don't really need that. But also I feel like there's cameras there, and if you're
Yeah.
someone I'm not super famous, but if
Yeah.
people do recognize you, couldn't they extort you?
Yeah.
That's the real hustle.
It's like a mini Epstein.
That's the real hustle.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a good point.
the thing.
Yeah.
So-
Also, not
honestly,
worth it
that's a
for-
great move too. I mean, I respect the hustle of those people, even though they're pieces of shit. That's
Yeah.
it's brilliant. Kind
Yeah.
Also, not worth it for a tug. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
But he
she's-
likes tugs.
That's true.
I
You
do,
did
but
say
d-
you
what
were.
what
a
I
fan
wonder
of a good tug.
would have been I was kind of I'm a people pleaser and I hate saying no, and so I was I was I was
you
just
look like you really want to tug me.
I was I just really wanted a massage, and this doesn't seem like the right kind of thing. But if I was afraid he was gonna talk me into how about just a foot massage?
Right.
And would that be bad as a married man to go in to have a lady in a bikini give you a foot massage?
Yeah.
While knowing that you and your wife are supportive of workers in general.
Right.
So
Yes,
would that be bad?
That's where you go,
I mean,
honey,
no.
prove it.
No, I
would that
think,
be I didn't
No,
do
I
it,
think-
but
I think-
I wonder if I don't know if I would get in trouble or not.
No, I think if she's left-handed, it's fine.
Right.
You just find a left-handed one. You're like, babe, she was
She was not.
a lefty. You know.
My wife's a lefty though.
Well, yeah. Then
Bro.
no, you,
I don't even know that you might have dodged a bullet too, because he might have said foot massage and he meant full well foot job.
Oh, true. Well, the lady.
Yeah,
The,
he meant her feet.
Yeah.
the lady who did. I did get a foot massage, and the lady was going this on my foot. I was like,
She only knows one.
I was like,
technique.
that's.
She's like, "This good."
Well, it wasn't.
She puts her mouth.
It
up
wasn't a
and
lady
makes-
of the
like,
night. It was an actual
yeah.
masseuse. But I was like, you're just doing that for fun, right? That's
Yeah.
got to be just for funsies.
Yeah,
The
this is like-
funsy move.
It's her workout. She's working out.
Totally.
You know?
This
You
is
know.
where certain words. Do you think there's any? I'm not an etymologist. I don't even know if that's the right word.
If
but-
it is, you nailed that.
Yeah, that is cool. It
Is-
rolled.
Thanks, guys. Do you think there's any connection to the word massage and misogynist? Because it feels like there could be. You know what I mean? Like it feels like what you're explaining. That's kind of a misogynist thing to walk in and be like, all these women now, like, come to daddy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I paid the big bucks.
Yeah,
like,
true.
You're just,
Yeah,
you're objects. And it's a massage. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Are they sharing a core, or is there a joke we can make really more than serious etymology here? Is I guess what I'm after.
Is that a setup at all? Is there anything there?
Yeah.
Anybody got anything for
I
that?
just toss these balloons up sometimes, and I'm like, you guys want to play that keep the balloon off the ground game?
Misogyny, masseuse.
Got any misogyny jokes? No.
Misogyny. I thought misogyny was when you rub on your knee. No.
Misogyny. Hey, make sure you're pulling something
That
out
was
of
better than
somewhere.
we had, all right?
That was
Good one.
That was
Oh,
painful
do you guys
for me.
do you guys like sour candy and stuff?
Yeah.
You do?
Sour punch.
All right, yeah.
Let's go.
So what's sour punch? Oh, those straws?
I like a warhead.
So they have the straws, but they have like littler ones like this too. They're like thicker.
Because
Yeah,
I got
they're good.
these super sour candies off the internet,
Oh.
and I was wondering if you want to try one. I love them, but they're not. I think they're really
you just
good.
now remembered that you had brought in sour candy.
No, I remembered.
No,
I just didn't
did
want to.
This is a professional. He
Did
knew.
you-
He was
grab
waiting for the
one.
right moment.
Yeah. Did you like bring
They're-
these? Like, hey, I'll bring these as a gift. These guys will appreciate.
They're
these.
in
Like,
my bag because I hit them on my podcast last week, and I thought they were. Wait, don't put it in
Wait,
there.
hold on.
They were- I thought they
Obviously,
were-
this was a synchronized thing.
I thought
John.
they were so good.
We all put in our mouth together. Boys.
So here's the thing. Do you want one? Are you sure? Okay.
He's like, this is not-
They're okay. So I had to take mine out when I first put it in, and then
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
happens.
it was so much. It was so much. And then
Because it was too much. You
No,
gotta
because I
take
was
it out.
laughing
Yeah.
and I thought I was gonna choke on it. But then to like show everyone I was no. I put in
Yeah.
3.
Right.
So
brother.
so one is no problem. But all right.
Wait. Can I? I don't want to take all your candy, but like, is that like a thing we should attempt here? Like,
Do you want? Well,
Casey will go for the record if you allow him.
here's the thing. I'm a certain type of person, and when you say like, hey, you're like daring me, I'm like, well, how
done-
maximum can
There
you
was no
go?
dare. There was no dare at all.
do you want to try 3 at once for the first go? I
No,
did
he
it.
wants to try 4, is what he's
Oh, you want to do 4?
Yes.
Now I do. Obviously, I can't say no.
He's not going to tie the record.
I'm more concerned
I've
with
never
like, it
seen
sounds like
Casey
you
tie
actually
a
like
food
the
record.
candy.
Here, I'll give you.
If you,
candy for content or for like your actual enjoyment though?
yeah,
it's content candy, baby.
it's content candy.
That was my main concern. I was like, I don't want to deprive you of your delicious candy that you love.
All right, you and I are gonna have.
We're gonna touch-
This is
Quad
Breeze
ball.
Day.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up?
Wait. Why don't you watch me and John first?
Yeah.
And then
And then that'll be more fun for you.
then you do yours.
Then you
This is
just
gonna
hold-
sound gay, but are these balls suckable or are they more like chewable?
suckable. They're suckable.
Okay.
It's like a hard candy.
So you
Okay,
hold-
this is gonna take me a minute for these
Yeah.
then.
So you hold those, you cup them.
Don't eat them yet.
While you watch us.
Yeah, don't eat them yet.
Yeah,
All right, you ready, John?
Yeah.
Look in the fingers. Good move.
It's good.
Oh, John immediately
I guess.
reacts.
No, I don't like this at all.
How is it compared to like a warhead? John, you've had a warhead.
It's worse.
Yeah. Yeah, oh God. His eyes aren't watering though.
Mine a little bit.
Are we supposed to keep a straight face or no?
I mean, the beauty of it, it's really
Well,
bad.
like, it's no problem for me, but
It's like it's bad, but it goes by really quick.
okay. I thought it would just maybe stay this way.
There you go.
Is this forever?
This is my life.
John's gonna all
So you're gonna do
dentist.
4 of these. That's pretty crazy.
4 o'clock.
I'm a crazy guy.
All right, you ready for it?
You're not gonna be able to talk through it.
Let's do it.
It's just
We'll see about that.
The
We'll see
volume
about
of balls in your mouth.
And
Hey,
don't
you
be
don't know
a
how many
hero.
balls I can put in my mouth.
That's a good point.
Don't be, if you feel like you can just spit them out, spit them out.
I've seen 4 go in there
Okay.
before.
All right, I'm just gonna show the camera here. 4 balls.
Never been done
No
before
tricks
that
here.
I've seen. 4 balls. Do you think he's gonna succeed, John?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes, 100%. I don't think there's any doubt he's gonna succeed.
You like it?
I think he's gonna also try and talk now.
Can you take the
Yeah,
glasses?
hard
Can we
talk.
see your eyes? Can you take the glasses off?
Yeah.
I want to see your eyes.
Oh, it's sweet now. That's nice.
Oh, they're getting a little.
I like it when the balls turn sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't saying you couldn't talk because of how sour it was. Is more the volume of ball.
They're
hard.
pretty sour.
They're not like the normal balls that you have in there.
Do you regret this? No. Okay.
Usually the balls
Give
you
me
have
a
in there
fit.
are
No,
softer.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I got another podcast tonight. I'm gonna try to see if they'll do it. It's my thing.
They really are content sour.
They're really well. I like sour candy, and I think it's really fun to like see like how far you can take it.
Yeah.
You know, and these are pretty good.
Yeah. Those. Was this really planned, or were you just like, oh, those are in my pocket?
I had them. I saw them in my backpack. I was like, I'll put them in my pocket. See if the fellas.
You
wanna
never
try
know.
it.
You never know. Never know.
Yeah.
I like it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would do it for love or.
Ooh.
It would make one of those two things more fun.
Yeah.
All right.
If you did this before oral sex, your tongue's not feeling shit. I'll tell you that.
That's a good point.
My tongue is
that good or bad?
gonzo right now.
Do you want your tongue to feel?
Yeah, I
think
wanna
so.
feel
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Answer my own question.
As long
Yeah,
as it's
that's
consensual. I mean,
well. Yeah, we would. Let's
yeah, I
hope
don't
that.
Yeah. No always or nothing statements here, maybe. All right, next one. While you're finishing your Casey.
You're doing great.
You're doing so good at those.
they're not sour anymore. I passed
Yeah,
the
they're
sour.
better, yeah.
Now they're just a lot of
I drove my motorcycle through a monsoon to get a girl in Key West. Then found out that Michael Jackson died as I was about to get down and dirty, and I couldn't do it because I was too sad. Because of Michael Jackson's death.
That's fair.
I left and never heard from her again.
That's fair. I got sad with
Bad thing is, this is a good
Oh.
tag. Bad thing is, I had chased her for a year leading up to this incident. So this was a year-long game. And then he was like, Mike, there's no more man in the mirror. How could you do that at a time like this?
Can't pop without the king of pop.
Yeah. There's no more man in the
that. Yeah.
He's like, no, I can do it. It's fine.
You gotta beat it.
And then he couldn't.
Just beat it.
a little bit. Ah,
Just beat
no!
it.
nobody will ever beat it again.
you gotta moonwalk back home, baby.
Yeah.
He rode his motorcycle through a monsoon too. That's another part of this that's like,
That seems like a Michael Jackson music video.
then he had to ride that motorcycle back home just like,
So you had a bad day. That's so funny.
yeah.
Where were you when Michael Jackson died?
I was in Eugene, Oregon.
What were you doing there?
I ran track in college.
Oh yeah.
And I was there for a meet.
Was it like June? I think it was June 9th, right? 2009.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
I
I
would've
think
been,
that's
that
what
would've
the
been
day
there
was.
for NCAA.
I was I remember I was kind of dating this girl at the time, and she kind of was like a bit of a liar, and she told me that she was working with like Wyclef Jean and Michael Jackson on something, and then she texted me like an hour before it was announced that he had died. So I was like, okay, I was like, oh, here we go, one of her lies again. Then it was like CNN, Michael Jackson dead. I'm like, oh, maybe she has been telling me the truth the whole time.
Yeah. So you said you were kind of dating a girl. You were kind of dating, or she was kind of a girl?
Well, she was a police officer's daughter, so
Yeah,
he had to
exactly.
really put in the work to
Exactly,
sneak in.
Casey.
Because if she was
We
kind of a girl,
we were like exclusive, but it was kind of an interesting.
but she lied a lot. So you
Yeah.
were like, you say you're not having sex with 17 other men, but all these guys keep
We like
telling
dated,
me.
but she lived with her ex-husband and their kids.
Right, and clearly,
so it was
there's
just
nothing
like,
going on there.
yeah. So I was just like, I don't know what this is. So I didn't put a lot of eggs in that basket.
I
But
didn't remember that it was June 9th. That's crazy that you remembered the date.
I think I was performing in Oklahoma that day. I remember I
Yeah.
was doing a show.
Is that
When
the
you
one
were-
that hit you the most, like of all the celebrity deaths?
No. That was just the one that I was like, oh, this is weird because she was telling me that, and then it happened.
No,
What's
yeah,
the
you're
what's
like,
the
maybe
biggest
she's
or first celebrity death like to you
Mm.
that rocked you? I'll go first. Can talk about
Please.
it. Probably Robin Williams,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that was a
because he was like a father growing up and a mother watching Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, and that was a what is the how does the internet say it? How self-harm or a
Yeah, those were always sadder.
yeah. It was a self-inflicted-
Aaliyah was one of the
Yeah.
earlier ones when I was like in high school.
That's true. You're right at that.
Yeah.
You're just a couple years older than us. And
Okay.
that would hit you a little harder, I think.
Aaliyah, yeah. I'm trying to think.
This took a real turn.
John, you didn't answer the question.
I mean,
was trying to think
Kobe was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, it's more.
I mean,
recent.
I kind of when Aaron Carter died, like I was, I've my friends worked with him, so I was like, I was kind of just thought I'd met him a few times. I was just like, oh, this is weird because we'd always talk about him. I was always watch his lives because he's always kind of like doing some crazy shit.
Yeah. When Aaron Carter died, I was like, now there's no one in the world left who can beat Shaq.
Oh man,
Shaq's the best basketball player in the world now.
Aaron's party song is a banger though.
Yeah.
Now this is a story. No, that's not it. But
No,
it's
a different one. That's a different thing.
I know what you're talking about though.
Come get it.
So
Come get it.
They got that in France.
That's one of the lines. Right? It's about the lamp. They got that in France.
Thank you.
Help me.
Picking up the pieces.
Parents home.
We're just trying to help each other out here, you know? Some of my man struggling over there. I jumped in, struggled with him.
There's been a
Now
lot
we all
of...
try to be the coolest kid on the phone.
Yeah.
Let's just do a
And I got that in
full-on-
France.
Hey, can you hit that on the...
So I feel for this guy. That's tough. You know, you lose a beloved pop superstar and have ED in the same day.
Oh.
Maybe for the first time too. That's like a real because it's like a stress.
But hey, you know what? It's very common. You are not alone.
I will
Yeah.
be with you.
Oh, that's good. That's really good, John.
I can do like one line. Casey's a good singer.
With this guy, he wasn't alone. This doesn't compare to the guy shitting in the paper towel. He's alone in that one. Nobody else has ever tried that, I don't think, in the history of the world.
Yeah, that should be a Brawny ad. Honestly,
We kind of have to revisit these as we were like going. We have to like kind of
because we're trying to keep a leader in mind. You know?
keep the king of the hill right
Yeah.
now. So I'm still thinking paper towel is
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty bold.
up there.
That's
Yeah.
nice. I like that. That's
And
pretty
as a
good.
marketer, I love that one. If I heard that story and I was whatever paper towel brand he used,
Yeah, Brawny.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably Brawny.
He did say quicker
he's-
picker upper.
which is
More like brownie.
Brawny.
Got it.
Brownie. Yeah.
I get confused because Brawny and Bounty,
Bounty's the quicker picker upper.
I can't ever remember. And then
So-
Brawny has Jimmy Garoppolo on it.
What?
He's a quarterback in the
I
NFL.
I know, but what a strange person to use these.
This is what he looks like.
They're like
I'm a San Francisco. Oh, I'm not wearing the hat. I'm a San
Oh,
Francisco
it was a
fan.
joke. I see.
There's a lot of memes about it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
It was a joke. I see.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he was like you're saying he was a spokesperson for Brawny. I'm like, so many people who could be a spokesperson before Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, you know who we should get.
He's like, we really gotta clean up this offense. I'm committed to these, but they aren't. I feel like they're not even diminishing.
Your mouth
in
is
size
blue
yet.
and it's real fun.
I really just wish they would start to get smaller a little bit.
That's true.
What are these things
when,
made out of
when does the
concrete?
juice kind of come out of these? All right.
I
Next
did this to myself though.
Yeah. The craziest thing I ever did for sex was act straight to get invited to family functions to get to know and hopefully sleep with his sister.
Wait, what? That doesn't make any
that
sense.
doesn't check. Yeah.
That does not track.
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
She
Oh.
acted straight
Uh-huh.
so that she could get invited to family
does
functions
make
with this
sense.
guy
Wait, with this guy, his family functions?
because she thought his sister was hot. So
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
I see.
We went classic
Or-
misogynist. We're like, of course a guy.
Yeah.
see.
Or I could be a Midwest girl if
The
that's what
mother was a
turns you on.
doctor too.
Okay.
It's one of those.
Yeah. And she was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go to your family functions
Oh, yeah?
with you. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh jeez, your sister's.
Oh, you want to get
How
into
old's your
these panties,
sister
do
again? Yeah. And that's actually that one's that's I like this one. It's spicy.
Tell me how she acts straight.
Good question.
Yeah. How does a
It's not in the story, but I like the prompt anyway.
She goes. I guess I'll grow my hair out a little bit.
Oh,
No,
she was
no,
like
this
little
is in
butch, you
This is
think?
like
Yeah.
she didn't have months to prepare.
Yeah. She's like, I better stop building this deck. I guess you know.
In my head, I'm picturing a black woman for some reason.
Ooh.
I don't know why.
Ooh, that makes it even spicier.
Yeah, but in my head, as soon as he starts, like, oh, I
I
miss
will.
Bridget.
I'll give this tidbit. She is from Houston.
Oh, I like Houston. I'll be going there soon.
Yeah.
Is there a big black population in Houston I don't know about? Or?
I feel yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. It does have a little bit of a flavor to it, you know. And I feel like it being from Houston. I
Yeah.
don't know. If let me put it this way, if she was
Is there a
from-
name attached?
If she was from Salt Lake City, Utah, I'd be like probably not a black woman. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. It could be. Could
So
be.
I'm just looking for any city that's like
A black person
not,
there.
not eliminated, not eliminated. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
could be.
I like it, and also, I do have their names too.
Maybe don't want to say their names, though.
I usually do like
Uh-oh.
because they could win, so I usually do like a first
yeah.
name and a last.
There you
initial.
go.
First name, last initial, city. Her first name's Angel.
Ooh, okay.
That's kind of any. Yeah.
I was gonna
You're
say
thinking
Latin,
Angel.
but that's more for the dudes.
Well, then you
right?
got Angel. I think it's kind of everybody.
Yeah.
I think everybody's doing that name,
It
Angel.
is.
I like this story because it's she understood the assignment with the prompt.
Yeah.
She was like, I'll give you some.
Yeah,
I'll give
she
you some
acted.
tea."
She acted like she liked a different sex.
Yeah.
So
How far do you think she had to go too?
That sounds like dude behavior.
I know.
I wonder if the
Well, she's a lesbian.
The sister was
Yeah.
a lesbian as well, or she was trying to convert. You never know.
That is a crazy thing to do if you got like no hints from the sister at all.
Yeah.
Or she's just like, I could flip her.
I don't even know if it's easy to. It can't
Thinking
be.
I could flip her is dude.
Oh,
It can't be easy to convert because
Thinking I could dolphin her. Yeah.
it can't be easy to convert someone. I don't think, right? It must not be.
I think it's very hard to
course, yeah.
convert a man. I think that more commonly women might go through a phase.
Unless
in
there's a
college.
record deal around, you know. Then it's probably
Meat
easier.
mill?
I think more.
I'm thinking like half the
Yeah.
entertainment industry.
yeah.
I think it's more often women go through a phase in college. At least that's what I like to think. You know,
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
when I'm going through the highlight reel.
Yep.
I mean, that's how all my favorite porn start. So yeah, I guess
Oh, yeah.
those must be nonfiction.
Oh my gosh, that party was crazy, Tiffany.
Tiffany,
Yeah, that's a sorority girl name, right? Lots of Tiffany's and sororities.
I guess.
Yeah. That probably checks up. I mean,
Mostly
I was
Tiffany's.
never in the Greek life, but
Yeah, it's mostly Tiffany's and Sarah's.
Sarah's a classic name. I don't think is Sarah going to go out of style, you think? Sarah's been around for a while.
Yeah, you're right. It's got
They
staying power.
They
but-
come back around though.
Yeah.
My kids are named like Jane and Kate.
Oh, that's good.
Which kind of went out and came back.
How old are they?
Yeah, they're little,
Okay.
like
Well,
4 and.
Oh, that's
those
cute.
two are 4 and 7.
yeah, it's very cute.
Yeah, I think so.
They're not that cute though.
They're not cute. The names are.
No, that's what I mean. The names are really cute. Yeah.
They're very Aryan looking.
Yeah. Oh,
their-
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You need some color in the kids these days to make
Yeah.
them pretty.
Yeah.
Give me a good
Yep.
good exotic looking kid.
They came out and I was like, babe, I can't believe you didn't cheat on me with somebody with some color
Yeah.
to get some color into these kids.
But with my brothers are with
Both
black
these kids look like they're
are
mine.
with black women, so I'm like their kids are gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a good look. I mean, the mixed is they got flawless skin, really.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah. All right, I got another one. Dude, sorry. I kind of cut you off there. Do you have more to say about the skin?
No.
Okay. You like felt like you started another sentence and all right. Sorry
Hit us
about
with the next one, John.
it. My girlfriend and I were mail carriers for USPS. Ooh, that wasn't the funny part. That's hilarious.
I was thinking of two people just like carrying men.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just baby Bjorns with just
Very
like
very visual.
ugly little boys.
Carrying some dudes.
we worked for USPS, but we mostly carried human mails.
Yeah. Made sense.
Not mail. Yeah.
Just ignore me.
My girlfriend and I were paper mail carriers for USPS. We had on the clock in the back of her postal vehicle on top of the mail. That's fun.
That feels like it's
That's
a felony,
fun.
at least, guaranteed.
That's
That's
cool.
fun.
That's
That's
fun.
tampering with the mail.
That sounds illegal.
That's fine though.
yeah.
That's a felony.
You know what? If it's my mail, I'm okay with it. I'll wingman him.
But it's like hundreds of people's mail.
Listen, mail just gets thrown out. When have you ever needed mail?
Yeah.
That's true, especially now.
Yeah, nothing. It's just political ads and coupons.
I think if
Yeah.
all of those, if I mean, some of the mail was going to exclusively women, but any of the guys were probably like, yeah, all right, that's fine.
Hell, brother.
Yeah. This is a mutual.
Unless they get jizz on
if
their
my mail
letter or
was your
something,
wingman.
then
Yeah, this envelope is, man, what was the. This is extra.
Little sticky,
really
sticky,
hard to
icky.
open this envelope.
That explains the skid marks on
Yeah.
my Sports Illustrated.
Hey, Grandma's letter is really hard to open this week. I don't. Yeah. The Sports Illustrated.
My grandpa would get that Sports Illustrated, and then
Yeah.
he would get the swimsuit edition.
Yeah.
I think my mom would take it away from him. I'm like, why would you do that, Mom?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the only thing he has left.
It's the only thing he has left.
exactly.
The pages on this Victoria's Secret catalog are already stuck together. What's going on?
Pretty sure that's the only reason why he got the subscription for the magazine.
Yeah.
My grandpa used to have this like gun magazine sent to him, but it was always just like bikini girls holding
Yeah.
a gun. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, you just get a Playboy or something.
What's wrong with
Grandpa.
that?
Like,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just
He's
like learn how to
they
use
don't
the
have
internet.
guns in Playboy, Casey.
That's true.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the combo that did it for him.
Yeah, he's in that Venn diagram, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but those pages came pre-stuck
That
that day.
that one. So okay, they're in a truck, right?
That's maybe why it's crazy, because maybe it is like kind of illegal. Like
It's-
maybe it's like borderline.
Yeah, tampering with the mail is a felony, and if on it isn't tampering, then I don't know what tampering means anymore.
Well, you're allowed to.
If she was under period, she'd be tamponing with the mail.
Hey, if they were,
Nothing?
they're allowed to. Dude, he hasn't cracked once.
It's not even like a little.
He's a pro.
Not
over
even
there.
a chuckle.
I don't think you're gonna get him.
Dang it.
No,
He's
he's
stone-faced.
he'll do a like little smile like that, like he's doing now. That's
All right. It's cute.
They're allowed to handle the mail, But what, like, is there a limit on the body parts that you can use to handle the mail?
Yeah.
So let's say a hand breaks and then the other hand breaks. They got 2 broken arms and they're like, we rain or shine or snow or sleet or
come
falling from the sky.
Yeah.
And then they're delivering the mail with their mouth, right? Because they're, this isn't these people. I'm just saying mail carriers in general, because they're going through it. And then they're like, no, you can't handle the mail with your mouth. So I'm just saying, I don't think there's a limit to the body parts that can be on the mail if you're a male person.
I see where you're going with now.
Yeah.
Strange way to frame it.
Yeah.
I think it's about intent. I think if you're a mail carrier, you know
still-
where it
they
goes.
still-
Yeah.
And on it is not what you're supposed to do.
They still intended to deliver it.
Well,
They were going to not deliver it.
double delivered, kind of.
Yeah.
They used to deliver babies in the mail. Did you know that?
The storks?
Yeah.
You could mail a baby.
To be via USPS.
Elaborate, please.
The United States Post Office would let you put a baby in the mail.
A human baby?
Yes,
A live one?
this is true.
Okay.
So
Is that all of that story, or do you
That's just a fun
explain
fact.
yourself?
What's
Say
the
more.
What's
Just a
the
fun
date
fact.
range on this?
let me
could use
look
a
it up.
year. That would be
Let me look
huge.
it up because I want to find out. Okay, so let's look.
You
When
said this was like 1800s. I'm like, okay, actually,
when
maybe. I
could
get it.
you
Sorta. If it's now, if it's now,
Mail.
it seems way weirder.
a baby?
I don't know any time period where I would be thinking, hey, you know what we should do with this baby? Mail it to the Clarks.
Well, maybe
Okay,
you had to get
it says in the very early days of the U.S. Post
See?
Service, which would be around 1913,
Told you.
it was technically possible, though not encouraged, to mail a baby through the Postal Service. They banned this practice after 2 years.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But for 2 years, babies could be mailed to each other. One notable being an 8-month-old.
Wait. This says to each other.
Well, like
That implies you can only mail a baby to another baby.
No, 2 families. It says one notable case was an 8-month-old baby in Ohio being mailed to his grandmother.
Okay. One use case.
Why the ban? Well,
Okay.
the decision
Questions that don't need answers.
the decision to ban the mailing of babies was likely due to the potential for the child's safety being compromised during transit,
I don't get it.
as well as practical difficulties of handling human mail in the postal system.
Yeah.
They got them going down like this assembly line.
That's
Where did the diapers
crazy.
come from?
Where do the stamps go?
Yeah, you stamp a baby. That's fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for that fun fact.
Yeah, so
So-
In
I
a
didn't-
way, that sort of fits the prompt if you put it in the love category.
yeah, because now you can make a baby on some mail.
Or you could put a
And-
baby in the mail.
Yeah.
I just mean, what's the exact prompt?
Craziest thing you've done for lovers.
I think it's pretty crazy to mail your baby to your, like, for the grandma to be like, mail me your baby for the love of the baby.
Just send it in the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking like in the times
She
of
wrote
like Oregon Trail kind of stuff. Like, oh, okay, like not everybody travels to the West Coast themselves. Let's just toss a baby in one of these covered wagons. No big deal.
But I learned just now that the Postal Service came around in like 1913. That's later than I would have thought.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's maybe
Like,
when.
pretty late.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they came around. Was it 19? I
That's
said.
what it said around the early days.
Oh, yeah,
of the
around-
US
yeah.
Postal Service.
Yeah, dang.
You are just a wealth of information and candy.
Love it. 2 of my favorite things, just candy and info.
Yeah.
I loved those wrappers that have facts on them.
Yeah.
Laffy Taffies?
Yeah.
No, those are jokes.
Yeah, I love those though too. I love
Like Eminem or
Yeah,
like
you use
50
those for
Cent.
Yeah, you go on the train and use Laffy Taffy jokes. Pretty
You
much
use
what I
those for
do.
your Subway material.
Pretty much. It's pretty much what it is.
Okay, let's do some plugs.
Okay.
Midway through the episode, you got some dates coming up. You got
Yeah,
some-
I'm all over the road. You can go to marcusmonroe.com or you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Just search Marcus Monroe. I'm verified.
Hey.
And come see me on the road. What I do on the subway is not what I do on stage when you see me. And so come buy a ticket, see me live. It's really fun. We're having a good time. Also, the Boyfriends podcast is my podcast with Corey B and Matt Lopes. New episodes every Monday. Really fun.
Yeah.
What a
And-
professional plug.
Pretty good.
People are always like, I think I'm like,
I think I've got some dates. I don't know. And at Mark, I'm gonna plug something for you as well.
Please.
At Marcus J. Monroe on Instagram
Yes.
and TikTok.
And TikTok, yes.
The Subway bits are very fun.
Thank
if
you.
you haven't
Very
seen
funny.
them.
Thank you very much.
I'm
what
not gonna
time is
explain
it? Nighttime.
Yeah. One time I said Showtime because it was like I was doing magic, so I didn't know which video you were referencing. I was like, what are we doing? Which one?
Good problem to have too many good videos. You know?
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, nighttime. I did the Broadway montage, and no one really liked it, but it made me. I did 5 different costumes in one video, thinking it was gonna be like the best thing ever. But Broadway, I guess, is very niche.
Isn't that how it always turns out? The thing you think is like, I almost didn't even do that, and it like blows up.
So that's always what happens with me. Yeah.
You don't know what the audience wants. It's just concerning when you're like on a podcast or on stage. You're like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm just, winging it like everyone else. I like what you said, I did something and it worked, so now I'm doing that until it stops working.
Yeah. And you're just waiting for that day.
I can't wait. I can't wait till it is like.
Have to go back on. It's like you're like, this is a little dangerous. Not the most dangerous thing people do for content, but more dangerous than making a food video. That's for sure.
Hey, Corey. Whoa. Yeah, I mean,
Shots
it's.
fired.
I'm just kidding. Hey, by the way, I'm to camera on this. Corey, I would love for you to come on the podcast. If you're watching this. I really just got him on, so you would come on.
You pretend to be
the
straight.
The food videos are so good. I love the food videos. They're my favorite videos. The Subway videos aren't even good videos.
Fair.
But I bet Corey
totally
wouldn't even show up with candy, though.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Even though he's the food guy, he wouldn't even bring candy.
He is the food guy. And on the road, we just we eat so much food. It's disgusting. He's like, we gotta go to this food place, this food place, this food place.
I guess
he doesn't make videos
most in his kitchen.
He doesn't make the videos on the road unless, well, he has before, but not often. But yeah, we'll people tell him where to eat, so he's the food guy. So we eat good.
Do you have anything you'd like to plug? I was gonna say, and then I was like, I don't know what's happening.
You still have 4 in your mouth?
I'm just
down to 2.5.
I'm gonna let you process what's happening right now.
I'm down to 2.5. It's getting easier.
I will plug one thing. Please buy my bread and my bagels. Eatroyo.com, EATROYO. They're low calorie, like the bagels that taste good, like your normal Sara Lee bagels that you buy. I shouldn't call out a brand, but I did.
Yeah.
The unhealthy bagels that you buy, they taste just as good, but they're only 70 calories. They're only like 2-3 grams of net carbs. They're very healthy for you, very clean ingredients. Maybe I should do a food video with Corey.
Yeah.
Do a collab.
You should, and you
have
could
him make a recipe with them or find one. We post a bunch. He could.
Oh, that's
one,
cool.
Yeah,
do it.
He could pick
Have
one.
you ever done a chef character in the Subway
I
series?
did.
Did you?
I did 2. I did a chef, and then I did a pizza chef ventriloquist. So I had a ventriloquist dummy, and he was dressed like a pizza chef, and I was dressed exactly like him. And I did like jokes like the guy was like, what's wrong? You tired today? Yeah, I'm tired. Did you sleep well? No. Why not? I had a night marinara.
I was watching you just now, and I noticed that you can't do ventriloquism.
No, not at all. I can't. A night marinara.
I don't know of a comic who has like a dummy in their act who ever actually does do real ventriloquism.
Yeah, I don't
Terry
know.
Fader,
It's not really.
Yeah,
point.
but so that I did. So that was I loved it because I thought it was so funny to be dressed like the dummy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that stuff. Like I love variety acts. I love prop comedy. I love magic. I love all that stupid stuff.
Do you know Duncan Trussell?
Yeah, not personally.
No, yeah,
You know
me neither. But he has a puppet as well, used sparingly. He calls it Little Hobo.
Yeah,
and he just uses it to like say all the things like you can't say.
Yeah,
John, great placement of that bottle. That's like right across our eyes. I love that. No, he has like so he just like says the most like racist, homophobic.
Oh yeah,
weird. Like he just uses it as a thing that, and he always goes like, oh, "You can't say that."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty funny.
That's funny. That's a good take. That's a good take. I like that.
Yeah.
Would you like to plug some blue balls or anything like that? Your tongue is entirely blue, and that's so fun.
I'm just gonna say, watch Dark Mode on YouTube.
Oh, thanks, man. Subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit the bell.
Dark Mode with John Coyle and Casey French.
And Casey. Maybe we'll put
I'm
you
taking
in.
over.
One day we'll put you in there. All right, you guys ready for the next story?
Yes. I didn't know if that was rhetorical or not.
Yeah.
You paused, so.
If you'd have said no, I'd have been like, well, get out of here then. Yeah. TV show got me laid. I was dating this girl one night. We're hanging out in her room. She got up. I didn't read that very well. Let me get in this game.
All right, do it. Start over.
Come on.
Go from the top.
That was
From your diaphragm.
I know.
Yeah.
A TV show got me laid. Okay. I was dating this girl one night. We're hanging out in her room. She got up and went to the bathroom, and then I decided to try this move that I saw on How I Met Your Mother called The Naked Man. You guys familiar with The Naked Man?
No.
Not familiar with him. How I Met Your Mother. Great. So when
Never seen it.
So when she's in the bathroom, I take off my clothes and lay on her bed. She comes out of the bathroom and sees me laying on her bed, butt naked, hard as a rock, and she gets embarrassed and looks away. That is the naked man, by the way. You are supposed to do a pose. But they leave the room for any reason. You take off all your clothes and do a pose.
Oh, then I am familiar.
Yeah.
I did something similar to that once, but I'll go on.
Yeah, I think most guys have tried it, usually with somebody who you've already had sex with once. But the point of the naked man is it's for the first time. Like when you're still in that stage, like, I don't know if she's going to be into it. And it's supposed to work 2 out of every 3 times.
Can I tell my story real quick? It's really it's a really small
in
antidote.
the middle of this one, please do. Yeah.
So my wife and I were at a hotel room. We just checked in, and she's like, "I gotta go to the front desk to get something."
Perfect
and I go,
opportunity.
and then we had like all her shit all laid out throughout the hotel room already. So I'm like, she's like, "Oh, okay." Like we're unpacking, and so she goes to the front desk. I take everything and I just move it all into the closet. So it looked like, and I made the bed look like no one was in there. Then I got completely naked and just stayed in the closet. So she comes back in. She goes, "Marcus?" And then I jump out of the closet completely naked. I go, "Ah!" That wasn't the first time she'd seen me naked, though.
Did it work?
Did what work?
Like, did you get laid from it?
No.
That wasn't the goal.
That didn't seem like yeah.
Just for
Did
funsies.
it get a laugh?
Yeah.
Then it worked. Because
Yeah.
that seems like what you were going for.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're married, a laugh is sometimes better than sex, you know?
It depends how often you're having sex.
Oh yeah, we're having sex a good amount, but
Yeah.
like sometimes
Yes, it
making her
is.
laugh is fun, you know?
Yeah, some every now and then she deserves a laugh as often as we have sex. So.
Yeah.
Which one do you get less of?
We laugh a lot during like a lot of times we'll get the giggles when we're having sex, and that's so funny to me.
Yeah. I do. That's one of my main ways I make girls laugh, actually, is during sex.
Okay. This is
He's like, no.
What time is it?
Wasn't even a joke. Okay, so we're in the middle of this. I take my clothes off, lay on her bed. She comes out of the bathroom and sees me laying on her bed, butt naked, hard as a rock, and she gets embarrassed and looks away. And then she does a double take and giggles. Not what you want to hear right there. I thought maybe she was giggling at the size of my manhood, so I jump up and start to put my clothes on, feeling embarrassed as hell. Then to my surprise, she stopped me. Long story short, the naked man totally checks out. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Very good. So that's awesome. He took a risk. I like that.
I like it.
I think it's
It was a little crazy. Not as crazy as crime, tampering with mail.
or
according to
throwing
Casey.
shit out a
Throwing
window
shit.
off a second floor.
Or trying
Yeah.
to pull off the idea that you were cheating with a ghost lady.
But
Yeah.
think of the panic, the anxiety of that first moment when
Yeah.
she sees you and you're like, "Oh,
And
this
she
could
goes-
go either way."
And she goes,
And then, but giggling could be like, "Oh," like it could have been like it could have been
Yeah.
a good giggle.
We needed an
I'd never
adverb
think
there.
that. I would be like, best case scenario. She's
But
like,
you're doing it for a bit. It's a
Yeah.
joke in general. No lady is gonna get turned on by just seeing a random naked hard man on a bed, right?
No.
Or
That's not what does it?
I don't think women. I think women like to be like they like a little foreplay. They don't like to just get right. It's jarring for anyone, right? If
It's
I
true.
saw a naked lady on a bed that I wasn't expecting, I'd be like, "Oh, hey!" Like I like to like get into it a little bit, you know? Like,
I
be like,
think I'd be okay with that.
I mean, yeah, of course. And all that I said out loud, like I would like. I'm gonna see those
thought you
teeth.
heard something, didn't you?
I thought I was gonna make them laugh, but I would do it. I like it. The first time when you pull like those panties off, that's the
And she
best.
kinda, like,
and she
kinda
arches
lifts
the
her
back.
hip.
She goes,
And you're like, yes, I've done it.
that's
Yeah.
the best. Oh man.
Yeah.
But like when like her police dad is upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my biggest issue with this story is actually with How I Met Your Mother. I think the name could use a rework. The Naked Man. I don't know. I just like telling the story, being like, I had sex doing the Naked Man. You know, like I don't know how to really like. You know, I would prefer a different pose name.
You know,
Yeah.
The beauty of the naked man is in its simplicity.
Yes, exactly.
very
See, you say a sentence like that, and it becomes very.
It's a very
What do you talk
straightforward
about?
It's a very straightforward.
Until you
proposition.
can pitch me a better name, Naked Man.
The naked man is exactly what
You
it
could be
is.
like, I did the Naked Man. It was so hot.
The naked
Like,
man might not be hot, but it's honest. That's the point of the naked man.
guess that's
it's
fair.
straightforward. It's simple. The naked man's the perfect name.
I don't know if women would like that though, because maybe women sometimes like a little foreplay too. They don't want to see the just.
So
just
wait,
'cause
did
I'm-
you say women like foreplay? I'm pretty sure women is like
foreplay,
pretty much exclusively for the women.
But like,
Because women like a little foreplay too. just
don't
like
you
me.
think? Don't you think like a woman doesn't want to just see like a right away?
Yes, I do.
Sorry,
I agree with your statement 100%.
Yeah.
I don't even think take right away out of there. I think pretty much they don't ever want to see the dick.
Yeah, and like especially like brightly lit room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of that.
That's never the right move.
You got
Yeah.
veins, you got coloring, you got weird pubes going all over.
Yeah. That sounds like some would have done in high school without like before you like think about like, hey, how should I do this?
I would love to see a lady naked. Of course, she'd love to see me naked.
Yeah.
I think you know, you could still do some foreplay once you're already naked.
No, that's true. That's
It's
true.
not out of the question.
You're right.
Maybe that's just not how you do things. You're like, once I'm naked.
Once I'm naked, there's only one thing to do.
There's only one thing left. That's your guys' rhythm, and that's all right. It's your journey. All right, here we go. I refused. Yeah, this is the right one. Okay. I refused to sleep with a short man.
Fuck that girl.
I never dated short men because they always had a short man complex.
Fuck this girl. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Exhibit A.
Yeah. This fucking bitch, she acting like she know me.
However, I started dating the short guy because he was a very pleasant guy who was chivalrous and fun. After about 6 months, I decided to give him some punani.
Oh man.
Which is a great word. I love that
I
word.
love it.
Yeah. After about 6 months, I decided to give him some punani.
6 months though? After 6 months?
And he was chivalrous and
Yeah.
fun.
If this dude was 6 inches taller, is 6 months earlier.
Yeah.
Uh,
After about 6 months of dating the chivalrous, fun short guy, who's about 5'5",
Oh,
she decided to give him some punani.
okay.
So I'm all the way undressed. He takes his pants off and he's hung like a horse. He wasn't even erect and it came past his knee. So when he laid down, I
No
got
shot.
up.
Past his knee. No shot.
He's a
maybe
short
he had
guy.
really short
He's a short
legs.
guy. He could be a short-legged short guy. Normal size
shot.
torso. Torso of a 6'5" man. Legs of a 5'5" man.
There's no shot.
Legs of a 4'5" man.
There's
Sorry.
no shot.
This lady's crazy.
I mean, she's probably. It's a story. It's a fish story. You know.
It's a
The fish was this big.
Okay, keep going.
We call it a big fish story. That word matters in there.
Yeah, just it's a
It's just
cat.
a fish story.
It's a catfish story. All right. It's the fish. The catfish was this big.
What did she do for love? She dated a short guy? That's what she's saying?
Yeah.
She's not done with
ooh.
her story
All right,
yet.
keep going.
Huge sacrifice.
He wasn't even erect, and it came past his knee. So when he laid down, I got up, got dressed. He said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Sorry, I won't be needing a hysterectomy today." I never saw him again. 6 months, by the way. 6 months, and he was chivalrous and fun.
Are you as confused as I am?
Yeah, this lady is a mean person.
Yeah.
She's awful.
Yeah, I don't like
like
her.
I don't even understand. Like, it feels like she was making a joke at his expense, and I don't even understand the joke.
I think like if that was
What is a hysterectomy?
You get your cervix removed? Is that the cervix?
So she's saying it would be like.
Did I just say an irremovable part of the
I
lady
don't
body?
know.
I don't know.
She
He's
doesn't
saying
want to
that
get.
he'd plug it, pull it right out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I just got it.
Yeah.
That's not how that's not anatomically correct, actually, though.
Oh, your joke is not anatomically correct, lady.
It's not.
Yeah.
Well, it's not,
That's
it,
not how they do those. They usually cut you open. They don't go up through there.
it was also
Yeah.
not funny.
Yeah.
6
No, I
months
don't think
of
it
this
was
guy's
I mean,
life, poor guy, you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's the worst
Like,
thing here. The joke, I'm not that mad about. I'm mad at.
And
the
she said I never heard from him again. Yeah, no kidding.
she didn't even. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
would he want to call you again?
That's the rudest way to say
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Well, I never heard from him
He's
again.
like, well, you got a huge, but I'm out.
That's
Yeah.
like
And he's like, what? It's the only thing I have.
guys
Yeah.
get shamed, but like
I'm
you're
so
shaming
sorry.
a guy's big. That's mean. That's what
Yeah.
every guy wants.
He's like, I'm so short.
yeah.
It's the only thing I got going.
It's gotta be
Wow.
tough for him because I got like being a short guy.
How tall are you, Casey?
I'm 5'5" and 3/4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't say that
You use
because
the
I'm like
quarters when you're in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I only do it to be accurate because at this point it is like a
But you don't give
considerable
off
amount of
short
the
guy
height.
vibes. I don't give short guy vibes from you.
Well, I appreciate you lying to me, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's cool.
I'm not lying.
He's sitting in the tall chair.
Oh, is he?
I am in a taller chair. But no, like as a short guy, I can say that like it's kind of awkward dating women like taller than you.
Yeah.
But
Is
like
it?
if you're packing that big, like what are you gonna do? Date some like tiny like
Yeah.
5 foot tall girl? Like
Yeah.
she can't handle
Yeah,
that.
you can't.
That's true.
That's tough for him. He's got to find a WNBA player.
Exactly.
There's a
He's gonna get like a piggyback ride.
Yeah.
I think there's probably women of a certain height who are like, I can't not date short guys. There's no options. That's what he's got to find. You know.
Oh, I don't think girls ever feel like they have no options. You could be 5 foot tall as a girl and like date whoever you want. Like
If you're like a 6'8", 6'9" girl, there are some options, but
Oh, I
there's,
see.
you know what I mean? Like
Tall girl,
It's
I
just
see.
such a thin herd that she's probably like, I've dated guys shorter. It's whatever.
well, yeah.
And so then
I
he's
mean,
like, how about a
numbers
guy
game.
who goes up to your belly button, but is exactly what you're
Shorter?
looking for?
Shorter is one thing. 9, 10 inches shorter would be. That'd
Be fun.
That's
You
insurmountable.
could climb her like a redwood.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
And then
I can't summit that one.
Do you like? So you like girls that are shorter than you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Don't you?
Yeah.
in general, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's pretty tall. Not a lot of girls tall.
But
still-
I've seen I've talked to girls who are my height or taller than me before, and yeah, I guess I would prefer a girl to be shorter than me for some reason. I don't know why that is though.
I think there's something pretty emasculated about like getting on your tippy toes to kiss your girl.
Maybe, yeah. I think
Or a
my
lot of
wife
things,
is
yeah.
like 5'3", I think.
Yeah,
5'2",
I've always
5'3".
found that like I want her to be able to wear high heels, and she doesn't have to be shorter than me still.
Yeah.
But like it still has to be like, yeah, I don't go on my tippy toes till I
Yeah.
kiss her. That's
Yeah.
just, or like when you go to like put your arm around her and you're like, my arm is around like your upper thigh right now. Like,
Right.
that's weird.
Right.
It's just
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right, you know. Yeah, my girl is 5'2", I think, is like her actual height.
Okay.
And it just works. Everything
Yeah.
fits.
And when she saw you, she was like, "Sorry, I don't need a hysterectomy today."
Yeah. She actually wrote. I told her not to write into the show.
Dang it.
She's
No,
like,
clearly I'm
she's
not.
like, "I need that 2 hundo."
Clearly, I'm not endowed down to my knee while soft. Otherwise,
Yeah,
everybody would see half of my dick right now.
Yeah.
So
you could roll
I
it.
tucked it
like
back. It's actually sitting right here. I'm holding it under my.
It's a fruit roll up. You know,
Yeah.
you just
That's
put it in
Yeah,
some
yeah.
packaging. All right.
All right.
A lot of dicks.
Yeah, we warned you. Mostly,
we did tell you.
Mostly
I like it.
dicks and poop jokes, and I think we've been pretty true to form.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. By the way, we respond to the stories. It's a lot of dick and poop stories.
I love it. Yeah, you're right. We're just going off the vibes.
I once tried to impress a girl by telling her I was special forces. Classic.
What?
Yeah.
I have heard somebody say most special forces careers never existed. Like,
Okay.
Is that
it's mostly
true?
just guys making it up.
Ah, interesting.
No, that's because they're from some unit that's like top secret. Like,
right,
that's
and even
what
the ones that did existed.
yeah, never existed.
I once tried to impress a girl by telling her I was special forces. So I'm telling her a story about how when I was in jump school in the Marines, our first jump, I froze. I wouldn't jump. So my instructor started yelling me. He said, So my instructor started yelling at me. He said, "If you don't jump, I'm going to stick this 10-inch black dick up your ass."
Oh.
The girl asked if I jumped, and I said, "Yeah, a little at first."
That's funny.
Not bad.
That's just a bit,
Yeah,
right?
it was a bit.
Yeah, it feels like
Yeah.
a dad bit, like
Yeah.
a dad joke bit.
Yeah, I liked it. It's fun.
It's
know you
funny.
liked
It is
it.
funny. It's funny. I like it. I like
jumped a
it.
little at first, but after I got used to it. You know, not the best. This is a good crop of stories.
We got good.
There's some days that might have won. You know,
Maybe, yeah.
special forces for the girl. That's the only part of that story I believe. By the way, don't believe anything about because I guess he said he's making it up. So I have reason to not believe it because he said he was lying. So there's
Fair.
a good reason to believe he was lying.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Unless he's lying about lying.
I think
That's
this whole
crazy. He's incepting
thing's
it.
just a bit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we get those for sure.
Oh,
on
do
the
you?
show.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny though.
I think he used the girl. He's trying to get laid. He used that as a mechanism because he needed somebody to say, "Oh, did you jump?"
I see.
You know?
Yeah.
So actually, a pretty well constructed. Considering the prompt is like, "Oh, I have to tell a story, but I want to just kind of tell this joke."
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, I'll use a." I'm actually kind of impressed by that connection. Is like I'll use this like fictional character to basically just tell a joke when I'm supposed to tell a story.
Has the girl ever lied to you about what they did for work? You guys want another one?
Yeah.
No, I'm all set though. Thank you. Actually,
My wife always says that she's not an OnlyFans, but I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you ever like,
I think you're. Do I deliver very seriously because you give me this look like you believe what I'm saying? I'm like cuck chair. You're like, really?
I'm just gullible.
That's fun. That's more fun. But you're not from Utah.
Woo!
So I never believe anybody from Utah is not going to be gullible. Yeah, you're going through it. Sorry, I'm trying to talk to you. You don't want that right now.
what are these called? I mean, we don't normally plug products that aren't ours,
You want
but
to call? Do they have a Japanese name that you can read?
looks like it's from Ziploc.
Sour
They
balls?
called sour raspberry bombs.
Oh, okay.
Mega sour.
Mega sour raspberry.
Mango sour. I'd say that
me
was that's a pretty apt name for him. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Kind of like I don't do coffee, you know.
Yeah.
So it kind of like wakes me up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm tired, but kind of gives me a
You're,
boom.
yeah, you're like, this is getting boring. I need a little shot, right?
Not
Special
not boring at all.
forces to get laid. Wasn't doing it for you.
I just swallowed the last piece of the.
These aren't. They're not fun when you have to suck
just-
out and then you have like.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, but
Yeah.
No, I'm glad I went through that. That was a bit of an ordeal, and yeah, but that's my pride.
You
I
made it
have
back.
to. Yeah, I did. It was good.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Last story. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Hit it.
I broke into my ex's house to steal some cash. He was sleeping. I got the cash I was looking for. left quietly, went straight to my favorite hotel, got a room, and then called my best guy, who hadn't been out long, to come spend the night with me. But I forgot he was my ex's best friend. That's how the story ends. That's just a story about how she's like, I'm kind of a trashy person. And
yeah, can I just say, like, the women who chose to wrote in, sorry if you're listening, but they're deplorable. Like, these are not even funny.
It's a lot of crimes being committed.
She feels pretty just white trash to me, and that's fun. I love that.
Yeah, probably named like Pamela or something.
The woman who left the short guy, as a short guy, I feel that one, and I don't like it. You're an even shorter guy, and
It's true.
And it's like she's maybe like a regular listener, and we're like, I hate you. I would like you to keep listening and watching our show, but I didn't like that story.
Would like you to try another short guy on for size and, report back to us.
Stealing money from your ex and then using it to spend it on sex with his best friend is just diabolical.
That is pretty crazy.
That's the perfect word for it.
And then not realizing, oh, wait, they're best friends?
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot.
That seems like that would be a plot in like an episode of like a spoof of Batman, like some evil mastermind villainous ladies like, I'm gonna steal money from Batman and sleep with Robin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Robin's like, no, I'm a girl. And she's like, I don't know, put the strap on. We'll do it anyway. Make him mad.
All right. Yeah.
I think that she is just pretty trashy, and I like that. I'm here for that.
You like a little trashy gal?
I do.
All right.
Sure, his wife appreciates that.
This is what I was. I think that we said the prompt was, "What's the craziest thing you've done for sex?" How would you interpret that? The wildest thing, the kookiest thing, right? It's what was something. I think maybe the women read that and interpreted it as, "What's the crazy personest thing I've ever done?"
Yeah, I would try to think of like the most.
Like
kind of
like,
think of it as
when
like,
was I the most a crazy person?
I would have like romantic,
Yeah.
Like, what's the most romantic thing I've done?
And you wouldn't have gotten
like a
on the
grand
show.
gesture.
You wouldn't have gotten on the show. All of those ones, they don't get on.
Yeah.
We do get those. Some people are like, and then we were married for 30 years, had 5 beautiful kids, and I'm like, I love that for you. You're not going on our show.
Do you guys feel like you have a good story?
Craziest thing I've done for sex.
I don't have a great story for that.
Yours
I have
are all kind of in the same vein.
mine are all like places. I feel like that's the more common question too. It's like, where's the craziest place you've done it, right? I have okay answers to that.
Really?
What is it?
Not nuts, but like I slept with a girl on in high school. I slept with a girl like on a public softball field, like where like with a busy road right next to it. Like cars driving by definitely saw us.
I know who that was.
Yeah.
You guys grew up together?
And it was probably
Yeah,
her
we
idea, not yours, right?
It was pretty mutual.
You're like, well, yeah. I mean, you're at an age where you're like, yeah.
I don't know who came up with the idea, but we both thought it was a pretty great idea. So yeah,
I'll help you out. She did.
sure.
She probably came up with that idea.
Fair enough. Same girl. We also regularly, our like regular spot, for whatever reason, we didn't do it at our homes. I don't think we could with like our parents there or whatever.
Yeah.
We would regularly go to like we lived in a certain kind of town where it was like growing really quick. There was all these like undeveloped like neighborhoods. They'll build like the outer part of the neighborhood, then build all the houses inside. Kind of like developments. We would go to those where there are no houses, all just empty roads, but like boxed in, like this like 4 square blocks kind of thing, just boxed in by this fence, so it's like a community. We would just go there and park in like the back corner of it and do our deal. One time, dude definitely showed up.
In the car? You do it in the car?
Yeah, we were doing it in the car, and
Yeah.
a dude showed up. He drove like right up, and we're going pretty close. I just look up, and dude's staring at me.
He's like, you got it, bro.
Dude's staring
You
at me
got
from
it.
like up in the pickup, like looking down at us. She can't see him. I can see him.
He's
He can
like-
see me. He can't even see her. And I'm just like, there's a guy here. She's like, what do you like? She wasn't ready to receive that information.
Nope. That's
He's
crazy.
like, what do you mean? You looked up and seen him, and he was like,
Yeah.
come on.
But he was
That's
a bro.
crazy.
I'm almost there. You're almost there.
He
Let's
made
go.
sure that I knew it was not cool to do that here just by looking at me. But then he also just drove away so we could finish up.
He was kind of like, man.
This time.
What am I gonna do?
But it seems like there was no one else around.
we weren't hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But like, I imagine he was probably like the guy who was in charge of the development or something. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed, I guess, if I found some teenagers boning.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Teenagers bone. That's kind of what they do.
That is what
I'm
we
gonna
did
go ahead
a lot.
and say that all of your craziest play stories are
All the
with
same girl. It's all the same girl.
person.
Yeah.
And they were all her idea.
Yeah.
Let's say her full name.
Oh, it was so. Her
And
name
dress.
was, yeah.
No.
Nah.
Do you have like a craziest thing you've ever done?
I'm just trying to think like this whole episode. Well, when it comes to places, I'm just so boring, just like beds in different
Yeah.
places.
One time,
one time it was a bed in Morocco.
One time a couch. One time a couch. And
one time we stood next to the bed.
yeah. Oh, no,
One time I was behind her.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's a crazy place.
Easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
So what was the question?
I don't, craziest thing you've ever done. I think thing you've ever done to get laid. Or
Have you ever serenaded a girl or
doucheiest,
something?
Yeah, I mean, just like wine and dine, you know, like that kind of thing.
Wait, what
Those are all
about?
normal
Have
ones,
you been? Were you ever single as a comedian? As
No.
a comic? Did you have any good, like? What do some other comics do? What are some
Yeah.
moves you see comics
You
do?
Comics
steal
have
somebody
no
else's
game.
story and tell us.
Comics
Jeez.
are not going to shows and leaving with women.
But isn't that when they look the
Sometimes
coolest
they do.
though? Like in
None
their
I
lives?
know.
Yeah, okay.
None I
Okay.
know. Like, are like,
None of
especially
you're hanging out with the wrong.
the guys I travel with. Well, first of all, like,
Actually, yeah. Go ahead.
2 out of 3 of us are taken. So Maddie is the only one who is single, and
Yeah.
he gets. You wouldn't believe how many like women slide in his DMs.
Yeah.
And one like, but he's like, oh, they just have a kink because I'm, he's like 400 pounds or something.
Oh.
So they're like, oh, they just have a kink. I'm like, yeah, but
Why are
who
you?
cares, man? You know?
So?
They
Yeah.
like you. That's great.
He's like, I'm not a piece of meat.
Yeah.
What I have heard from comics that it's actually pretty common for like couples to want them to be a third.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Interesting. I could
Not-
see that
not for
because a
me.
guy.
But that would,
Because they came on a date and they're like, hey, this might be fun.
that
well,
would
I
be
think
fun.
if a
They have
guy
that
is ever
kink
going to
with
be
them.
into it with bringing another guy into the room, you're like, he better be funny,
He better,
wonder-
Yeah, he better make me laugh.
and he
wonder-
better not be packing more than me.
Yeah.
Those are the two rules.
I wonder if there's anyone like my wife and I have seen where we're like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe a third, But I don't know if there's anyone like a comedian especially that we've ever seen that we'd want to do that too.
It would be
Yeah.
a guy, probably, right?
Oh, what about your 400-pound
It
friend?
probably would be a girl, I would think. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want another guy in the bedroom with me
Yeah.
and my wife.
I mean, ideally, it would be a girl.
Yeah, I have Maddie. Yeah,
But-
he's got nice tits, I will say. Yeah, I do like. Sometimes we're cuddling on planes together, but it's all right.
Yeah, I don't
Might
have
make it
like,
weird.
I don't have any crazy ones either. Like I'm,
Yeah.
it's pretty.
I'm kind of boring, I guess, in that respect, but I'm just always excited that like
Place-
a
like-
girl's willing to have with me.
Hell
I've
yeah.
gone risky, but there's some good stories on this show. Like I've gone like risky, like in the like at a buddy's house in the living room, just on the couch because it's the only place available or whatever, while his parents are sleeping or something like that. But it's like, yeah, that's. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty standard stuff.
I should mention, I'm not that cool. All
gotta
these stories
give it up.
happened in high school for me, so
And-
like it
Oh
was.
yeah, I mean I've been
Yeah.
with my wife for like 15 years, so nothing cool happened.
That is
we
the
were
thing.
like
recently.
we were mid that like high school kid montage where like shoot we lost our virginity to each other
Yeah.
and then we were
And
just
then they were
banging every day, multiple times a day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anybody who
That's
knows
the kind
you,
of girl to lose your virginity to.
Anybody who knows
You guys still talk?
who watches the
no,
show.
no,
Yeah.
she's gone. So she's full U-turn back to like hardcore Christian.
Oh, those are the best ones, right? Because
Yeah.
then you can
Oh,
try to. I know what you're really like.
I pulled her. I brought her to the dark side, and
Yeah.
then she dated a couple other dudes. Who
brought her deeper.
She got wilder, way wilder.
I
I
kinda-
went back to medium, and then she kept going past me after we broke up,
Yeah.
and then eventually turned all the way back around and became a good girl again, I guess.
I dated a girl who was fairly Christian, and
Fairly
we would
Christian's a
do
good
like we wouldn't do we wouldn't I wouldn't hit any home runs, but it was pretty close
Lot of hand
sometimes.
stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of hand stuff, and and then there was like one part she was like, "We can't do this anymore," and I was like, "Okay."
You're like, well,
I was like, "All right."
it's been fun. Yeah.
Actually, I can't get over the fairly. That would be a great name for a church. Like I would
Fairly
maybe
Christian?
go to that church. I'm not a Are you religious?
No,
I'm not either, but I was raised Catholic.
same. I
and
went to like 10 years at Catholic school.
If you had to go to a church,
Yeah.
wouldn't the one called like the Fairly Christian Church? You'd be like, I mean, okay, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I would probably go to like I don't know what kind of church I would go to if I had to go to church. What's like a cool? A lot of them are just so culty now.
Have you heard of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
not gonna
Would you
happen.
like me to- I can share a message with you from.
Dude, you didn't even knock on his door first. How do you
Yeah,
expect this to work?
Can I share a message with you?
Have you
I
seen
do
that?
have one. I do have one. I'll say I have managed. This is just novel. I have managed to have with a girl without kissing her at all.
Was she a hooker?
Nope.
Wait, why is that novel?
You done
Is
that?
that normal to you?
Well, you said novel.
Yeah.
It's just
What does novel mean?
like different.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought novel meant like
we read a book
chivalrous
together.
Yeah,
or
we read,
something.
we read a book together. No, not chivalrous, just different.
Oh
That's a little
yeah,
different.
no, that is weird.
Yeah.
That's
Like how'd you do that? Yeah.
did she have bad breath?
Ooh.
She was just the kind of girl who, like, was the kind of girl who could have written the last story. She's just a little too I was like,
Did she have a dip in her mouth?
She didn't, but she could. That
Okay.
would be, that wouldn't be weird for her. For
Yeah.
this particular.
This probably wasn't the most desirable of women you've been with.
It was, It was, So that's exactly why.
Yeah, I get you. It was by design that they
But
didn't kiss.
as it was like happening, I kind of thought in my head, I was like, I don't really want to kiss her. And then I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could pull this off. So it was like intentional the entire time.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fun.
So I think that's,
Game within the game?
That's about the best I got,
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Yeah, not
not
bad.
bad.
All right, we got to pick a winner.
We do.
Okay, I mean, I'm going with.
you
sorry.
know. Go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the tosser. That's like such
Tosser,
a good.
tosser.
It's such a risk to take a while someone else is. I mean, you're like James Bond. You got the counting clock counting down. You got to get it out. You got to discard it. You have to make sure she doesn't know. You have to remain calm. A lot going on for a little bit of
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that you guys are both just sure about it. So
I'm
I mean,
in
how
total
about-
agreement.
I'll
Yeah.
do the. All right. So tosser wins. I called that
$200
one,
$200
$200
in paper towels.
I called that one
Gift certificate to Bounty.
lifetime supply.
Fine print. Kind of sucks.
I called that one Brawny Poo. I will. It's Dwayne H.
Brawny Poo sounds like a pet name for LeBron James from his wife.
Yeah, or for Brawny James from his dad.
Fair. Sure.
Hey, Brawny Poo, hit that shot, boy. And he's like, Dad, you know I'm not going to hit the shot. I'm not very good.
I don't like that you said boy. I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I don't like that.
I'm sorry. That's the closest you got. That was. I didn't even want to look at it after that when you pointed it out.
Honestly, you said he was smiling before. I never saw the smile. This is the first smile I've actually seen him crack. You did it. You said you were gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't laugh.
made-
but-
Yeah.
We made it.
He
We
seemed
did
like
it.
a guy who maybe doesn't laugh, Dwayne H., Portland, Oregon, congrats. Brawny Poo, you won. Or Bounty Poo, I think it was.
Bounty Poo is so good.
See Marcus on the road.
Yes, come see me, please.
At Marcus J. Monroe on the socials.
TikTok, Instagram.
Very funny Subway series.
Thank you very much.
Special or anything yet?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some people approach me about it, but I'm just like, not yet.
Not yet.
But I post clips every week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the Boyfriends
Yeah.
podcast. Not the Boyfriends.
No. The boy, friends.
No gay shit.
Nah, I mean, it is a little gay.
A little gay but
We do welcome it, but
it's all white guys.
We'll
so
try
a
anything
little gay
twice.
shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's really fun every Monday on Spotify and YouTube.
Yeah. And subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave a review if you're on audio. All the things people do to tell you to do on whatever platform you're on. Okay, bye.